welcome to class. Hopefully you guys have your math notebooks. If you don't, I don't know why you don't, because you guys know you should have them every day. So get out your math notebooks. You guys should be writing down the learning target. Read through it a couple times, write it down, and then after you have it fully written, turn to a partner or 3 or however many people you want to talk to within reason, no more than 4, and start reviewing it and start picking out familiar vocabulary in there from what we went over yesterday and the day before. So if words look familiar, review them. If they don't, we'll discuss it. Ready to go. You guys can take it.
I know what identify means.
I can identify zeros of quadratic. Quadratic, well, I know quad means 4. Yeah. I know what a zero is. Struct and identify graphs. I know the x and the y, a graph.
And the negative and the positive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I don't know what the coordinate
you have to put dots on it to signify.
It gives you the points. Yeah. Are we ready to reconvene? Yes, no, maybe? Silence means yes. All right. So who can give me 1 or 2 terms from this that we already know? Take a wild guess, yeah.
We know quadratic equations.
Okay, what do we know about them? What do we remember about them?
That they tell you where a point is on a graph.
Sure. Technically, yes. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a y and an x in it.
There you go. Good.
Okay.
Good. All right. What's another one that we found that we recognize? All right. Good talk.
I know what a 0 is.
Oh, okay. What's a 0?
It's a number 0. That's all I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Awesome. Okay. Here's your warm-up. Factor the following. We learned this yesterday. Okay. Quick hint. Remember, the 2 terms the 2 numbers that we have to come up with have to multiply to this middle term. Nope. Multiply to this end term and add to this middle term. Product, sum. Take a guess. You can only. Yeah.
In the previous screen, you were asking about the zeros.
Yeah.
So is it the zeros where the lines cross the x-axis?
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Good. Okay. So using that, pretend you know how to factor these equations or these expressions. Try and just do the first one, and then we'll review it.
Would it be? And then you do your FOIL.
I think so.
How do you do 2 and 5?
Is it 2
squared
minus 3?
I think it's x plus 2 times x minus 5. Or maybe these are switched.
All right. Who thinks they have an answer for that first one?
I think I do.
Yeah.
Is the first one x minus 2 and then x plus 5?
Minus 2 and plus 5. Okay, so what would that give us? Minus 2 and plus 5. If we added them together, what would you get?
It will be minus
It's
5.
the other way around then.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
Good.
Minus 5 plus
So
5.
x plus 2, x minus 5. There we go.
The bluer marker.
Okay, so does this look familiar from yesterday? Mm-hmm. Great. Awesome. Okay. So let's go back through our learning target and discuss those vocabulary words. So the zeros, yes, we got it. That's where the graph crosses the x-axis when y equals 0. Right? So that flat line in the middle there. Okay, factoring. What did we just do? We factored that equation. Okay, so we broke it down. Right? We found its factors. Okay, and then we're going to find that the factoring that equation is going to give us our zeros. Okay, so just wait. It gets really good. Okay, another quick term we're going to go over is construct. What do you guys think that means? Eric?
To build.
To build. What else could it mean?
Put together.
To create. I like create. Okay, so we're going to construct a graph. Okay, we're also going to identify graphs of what kind of equations? Quadratic. Okay, so what makes something a quadratic equation? What stands out in these three things?
It has an exponential.
Yeah, we have an exponent. And is it just any exponent? What kind of exponent? The squared. Good. Alrighty. Okay, using your worksheet that you have in front of you, okay, we are going to practice identifying those graphs first, and then we are going to construct those graphs. Okay? So what pieces of information do we think we're going to have to use and do in order to construct those graphs? What do you guys think? Corey?
We need 2 points
We need 2 points, and how do we find them?
by finding the zeros, the x and y intercepts.
So we have to find the zeros. How do we find the zeros?
By factoring.
By factoring. Yeah. All right. So this first one, we factored it. Does this seem sufficient to create a graph, to construct a graph? No. What are we missing? The y. Yeah. So what did we say that the zeros were? The point on the graph where what equals 0? Y. Okay. So sneaky trick. Each of these, if we set y equal to 0, so let's say we have y equals x plus 2, and then we have y equals x minus 5. So where does the graph cross?
Plus 2 and minus 5.
Close.
-2 and plus 5.
And how did we get that? What did you do?
You set y equal to 0 and you solve the equation for x.
And we get what?
Plus 5 and minus 2.
Does that look correct? Why? What did we see there? So what did we say the zeros were when what equals 0? Y. Where does y equal 0? What line on this graph is y equals 0? X-axis. Okay. So do we have x is plus 5?
Yeah.
Do we have x is negative 2?
Yes.
Does this seem accurate? Nice. Yeah.
Are quadratic equations always parabolas?
Yes. They are. What? Yes. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. Tra-la-la-la-la. On your worksheets, you have 2 more. No, you have 1 more. Okay, this is equation 2, but we're not going to go over it right now. Equation 3, you guys are going to do by yourselves. Okay, and then we're going to go through it together. So, let's go back to equation 3. Plus 6 and plus 5. Who thinks they have that factored? where would our zeros be?
-1 and -5.
Good. Okay, so do we have -1 and -5 there? And what are they crossing? The x-axis. Good. And here's your exceeding standard question. We're not gonna go over. All right. Last thing we are gonna do. You are going to turn to your same partner. Oh, I didn't put that in here. Haha. Okay, and we are going to verbally and writtenly, which might be a word I just made up, do our exit ticket. So in your math notebooks, same as always, you are going to answer these questions. You are also going to discuss them with your partners. The first one is a combo question. What did I learn today? And does what I learned match the learning target? Okay. Second question. What might you still be confused about? I am confused about that sound. That would be my answer. And the third thing, how might this be used in the real world? Okay, so in your real life, which could be math class. That's your real life. But what other kind of applications might be more interesting than that? Okay, so take a couple minutes to discuss with your partners what you learned. Does it relate to the learning target, which I will go back to, but you guys should also have written down. What might you still be confused about, and how might you use it in the real world?
Outside of math, I never used quadratic equations. Outside of the class.
This is really taking me back to my
For me, actually, like I told you, X is my X, so I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask her.
Well, I think I'll be able to help you if I try really hard.
What?
Because math is not something I really like. And,
I now know what a quadratic equation is, though, and I forgot about that. And I know what factor it is.
What's the use in real life?
That's what I was trying to think of.
It's so boring otherwise.
Okay, so right. If besides using it in math class, how else would you use it?
I don't know. I don't like math. I'm never gonna take it next year.
well, imagine yourself building some fancy electronic device. You need to calculate something, so that's perhaps how you would use it. Maybe you need a quadratic equation.
I don't know. I'll just buy that electronic device instead of building it. It'll be easier for me. First I understand this equation and then I make that electronic device. That's two difficult things.
Well, but then you have nothing to boast. I mean, you just bought it and I built
Let's
it
read
myself.
real quick. Who can tell me something they learned? Make sure you are using these words. Okay, they're in here for a reason. What'd you learn? Anything? Or what maybe was reviewed from high school?
We learned the actual definitions and what the words mean, besides just hearing them from you.
Cool. What else? All right. What are you confused about? Oh, what? Oh, 1 minute.
Well, I was going to say, I learned how to identify the graphs of these equations, right? We could see where they were, yeah, because if the y was set to 0, we could see where the -2 plus 5 were on the graph.
Good.
I'm a little confused on creating the graph. Like I get those 2 points, but I'm confused about like how deep does it go?
Good question. We're going to get to that in the next couple days. Oh, there's not a graph up here. But that lowest point right there is called the vertex. Okay? And we are going to learn how to find that either tomorrow or the next day. So for now, when you guys are doing your homework, I want to see those zeros and just make it a U shape. Make it a parabola. Okay? One more thing that you guys are confused about, and then I want to hear a real world application, and then you guys are done for the day. One more confusion. Oh, you guys totally understand it and are going to get an A on the test? Awesome. Cool. All right. One real world application.